Good morning, everyone. I'm Padmapriya, Assistant Professor in Department of CSE in RMD Engineering College. Today, I'm going to take a topic, Mobile OS, under the subject CS8601, Mobile Computing. Mobile device operating systems. Grown the user needs and technology, plays a vital role in the development of Internet and dependent systems. And here comes the smartphones, which are the most essential requirement that is targeted to every user, and it must have access to day-to-day things in technology. There are two types of phones, feature phone and smartphone. Smartphone requires an operating system and it must have some responsibilities too. The responsibilities are managing the resources, efficient use of resources and devices by multiple tasking. OS must manage multiple devices like processor, RAM, storage, camera, speaker, keyboard, and screen. And OS must run multiple applications at the same time. That applications contain multiple threads. It should also provide different interface. That is, OS must be able to handle interactive interface as well as network interface. It must be able to communicate with mobile network at the same time. It must interact with the user too. The mobile operating system must have two parts, kernel and shell. Kernel is code that actually interacts with the hardware. There are two types of kernel, monolithic kernel and microkernel, and two modes of operations, kernel mode and user mode. Now let us see the monolithic kernel. Here there are applications which will be able to access the file systems, process manager and memory manager. So these which in turn will be able to get access to the hardware interface layer. Through this hardware interface layer, it will be accessing the hardware of the mobile. So the applications will not be able to directly interact with the kernel. Okay. So through these file systems, process manager, memory manager, terminal drivers, graphics drivers, network drivers, device drivers. So all through all these things only, we will be able to get access to the hardware. So the applications, if you want to send any files, means using the file systems. You want to do any process, means using the process manager. And if you want to store anything, means memory manager. So all these systems managers and all will be accessing through the drivers with the hardware. So this is monolithic kernel. Next comes a microkernel. Here the client application can directly interact with the hardware through the microkernel. So it is a separate kernel mode where it can be accessed with the servers like process server, network server, memory server, file server, display server, as well as with the client application. Through this microkernel, we'll be able to access with the hardware. So here we are not needing of these drivers, all these things. Everything has been into the microkernel itself. Thank you.